Though it may be too late for Mardi Gras in 2022, but mark down February 21st, 2023. You could come party for Mardi Gras. Let's go. What's up, YouTube, and welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B, and I'm here at the Spanish Town Parade in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And today we're going to talk about 12 things that you should know about going to Mardi Gras. And you should know these things before you come to Mardi Gras. So let's go check it out. Let's go. The first thing you should know about Mardi Gras is it's not just a New Orleans celebration. Now, Mardi Gras is huge in South Louisiana and is also celebrated in the northern part of the state as well. But the first Mardi Gras parades route all the way back to Rome in medieval Europe, will eventually lead it into the U.S. And the first celebration of Mardi Gras was in 1703 in Mobile, Alabama. But of course, Louisiana took the reins, especially New Orleans being the party city that it is. But Mardi Gras celebrated in Mississippi. It's celebrated all along the Gulf Coast, and Florida is also celebrated in Galveston, Texas. Pretty much all along the Gulf Coast, as well as I say a little bit of North Louisiana. But South Louisiana has certainly taken the mantra of the main place that you know Mardi Gras for, New Orleans in particular, with the big floats and the over-the-top celebrations in the French Quarter. But keep in mind, Mardi Gras is not just a New Orleans celebration. Another thing that you should know about Mardi Gras is that every single parade is different. I went to the Spanish Town Parade in Baton Rouge, and it's a satire parade in pink. And that is a much different parade than the traditional Mardi Gras parades where you wear green, gold, and purple. And the parades tend to be the traditional Mardi Gras floats, which is a lot different than the satire ones, which are there for amusement and adult slapstick humor. Every single parade is going to have a different theme. All of the floats are going to be different. Everything's going to be different in general as far as Mardi Gras parade. And I think this is very important to state because some people go to Mardi Gras parades. They go to one parade and say, I've been to Mardi Gras before. You know, just because you went to one parade doesn't really mean that you've been to Mardi Gras per se, because every single parade that you go to will be different. The themes will be different. The floats will be different. Everything about it will be different. Some will be longer than others. Some will be shorter than others. So just don't think just because you went to one parade that you've seen all of the Mardi Gras parades, because they are all 100% different. Another thing that you should know about Mardi Gras is if you're going to come to Mardi Gras and see multiple parades, it's going to be a full day event. It's not just some little, you're going to come for an hour or two and it's going to be over with and you're going to have a good time. And it's truly a full day event, especially in New Orleans, because New Orleans always has multiple parades at a time. But in other places too, if there's multiple parades, expect it to be a full day event. Next thing you should know, kids are everywhere at Mardi Gras. Bring your kids. Thing you should know about Mardi Gras is kids love Mardi Gras. I know people will say, hey, there's Mardi Gras, there's people out there exposing themselves, wild partying, drinking, all of that kind of stuff, but kids love Mardi Gras. And most Mardi Gras parades I've been to have had a ton of kids. The one I'm at tonight, there's tons of kids. There's kids everywhere. So believe it or not, you know, you come to Mardi Gras, bring your kids to Mardi Gras. Your kids will have a great time. Next thing you should know is that Mardi Gras is a family event and you can get arrested and get in trouble. Now, certain parades will encourage you to be wilder than others, and you'll see people going out there treating Mardi Gras like it's girls going wild and flashing everyone. We've all seen all of those videos on Bourbon Street and everything. But keep in mind that if a cop sees you out there and you're out there doing these things in front of children and families, you can be arrested. I've seen it. The next thing you should know when you come to Louisiana is that Mardi Gras is everywhere. It's everything in Louisiana. When you go to restaurants, you'll see Mardi Gras everywhere. When you drive through neighborhoods, you'll see people decorate for Mardi Gras the same way they decorate for Halloween or Christmas. You'll see Mardi Gras Christmas trees. You'll just literally see Mardi Gras decorations everywhere. And not only that, Mardi Gras is a state holiday. And most of the country, people get off work for President's Day. In Louisiana, in particular, South Louisiana, you don't get President's Day off because the state holiday is Mardi Gras. You'll get Mardi Gras off instead. The kids don't go to school on that day. If you work for the state, you don't work on that day. If you work for the city parish like my sister, you get that day off as well because it is a state holiday in Louisiana. Mardi Gras is larger than life in this state, so keep that in mind when you come here. You will see Mardi Gras everywhere, and a lot of people, I think, underestimate how big that this holiday is in Louisiana, but it's a very Catholic rooted one, and there's a lot of Catholics in Louisiana as well. The next thing you should know about Mardi Gras is if you come down during Mardi Gras season, you have to have KingCake. Now, if you're asking what is KingCake, it is an oval-shaped cake in the traditional Mardi Gras colors of gold, green, and purple, and it is to die for. It comes in so many different varieties of flavors. Usually you can get the traditional with no icing in the middle, or you can get cream cheese, which is better, and you can get it in all sizes. My personal favorite is going to be the pralines and cream cheese, but pretty much any type of fruit you can imagine, you can get KingCake in that type of flavor. KingCake is one of the most delicious desserts I've ever eaten in my life. You know, I joked in one of my last videos, I said, we can't go on a diet the first of the year because KingCake comes out the first of the year. The next thing you should know is if you're coming to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, which most people that are coming to Mardi Gras are coming to Mardi Gras in New Orleans, there's several things that you should know. First of all, it is going to be very, very crowded on Bourbon Street. And if you're going to be on Bourbon Street, I would recommend, you're coming with your friends, you're trying to keep up with them. I would recommend have meeting places when you break apart and things like that, because it's very easy to get lost from the person you're coming with because it's going to be extremely crowded. And Bourbon Street is the wild party that I talked about earlier when I said a lot of people want to go to the parades and party. The parades are more of a family event, but on Bourbon Street, that's when you see all of the wild flashing and things like that. And don't go pick up beads that you find, on Bourbon Street or on a side road or anything like that, because as I mentioned earlier, people do expose themselves, and they may pee on the ground somewhere. They're the cops with the horses and everything. So so there's a lot of things on the ground. So go buy some beads cheaply somewhere, or catch some of the mini beads in the parades. Don't pick up the beads off the ground. And Bourbon Street at night, like I said, during Mardi Gras is going to be very wild. And keep in mind that Mardi Gras is not just Fat Tuesday, it's about a 2-month event. The next thing you should know is about the parking and the bathroom situation. Now, last time I went to New Orleans, I paid $20. I got to park in a local Circle K parking lot. And that wasn't too bad, because you're going to expect to pay, because unless you get here extremely early, you're not going to have a lot of free parking options. So expect to pay about $20 for parking and to walk a little bit along the routes. Now, as far as the bathroom situation, I feel like it's gotten a little bit better with the porta potties and all, but you need to have a contingency plan as far as using the bathroom, especially if you're going to be out drinking in the French quarters at the parades and everything, because you don't want to be one of those people that's going to go out there and expose themselves using the bathroom out there and getting arrested. So have a good plan with that. Some of the restaurants are there, you can go in bars, but sometimes there's none around and you have to go. The next thing you should know about Mardi Gras is more than just Fat Tuesday. Fat Tuesday is, of course, the big day. You get up early in the morning. First parade generally in New Orleans starts about 8 o'clock, and there's parades pretty much all day, and everything pretty much shuts down around 5 o'clock in the French quarters to clean up and get everything over. But parades actually start everywhere that they celebrate Mardi Gras at pretty much around January. You'll start seeing parades and celebrations around mid-January. So the celebration lasts a long time. It's not just a one day or one weekend thing. So you can start celebrating pretty early. Next thing you need to know is with huge events leads to huge prices. You should also know that hotel prices go sky high during Mardi Gras season. So just like any other event that you attend, keep in mind that the prices go up during the Mardi Gras season. So what I recommend that you do is, if you're going to Mardi Gras, in advance, I would book my hotel way in advance. If you book it months and months in advance, you'll probably get the best rates. Hell, if you know you're going a year in advance, book it a year in advance. The longer you wait, the more the hotel is going to go up. They're really expensive in the French Quarters, uptown area. You know, they know where you're going to be in the areas for the parade. So maybe you want to book a little bit out if you're driving a car. But yeah, the hotel is going to be very, very expensive. And you can't go sleep in your car or anything like that because the cops will come get you and they will kick you out. Last thing that you should know is the timing of the parades. And when I say the timing of the parades is, if you've never been to the Mardi Gras before, you'll understand that the parades don't move the fastest. And just because a parade says it starts at 6 o'clock, it depends on where the route goes. If you read the map, you show up along the middle, the end of the route. It may be another hour before the parade gets to you. So you may be out there for a while. So keep in mind the route, where it starts, where it ends, in the middle of it. And also keep in mind the fact that you want to get there not late if you want to be up close to be able to see all of the action, because sometimes if you get to some of these more crowded routes and you get there late, you may have to sit back a little bit further. But generally, I find that you do have room enough that you will be pretty close no matter what, because the routes are pretty long and dense. So, but do keep those things in mind when you come to Mardi Gras, the timing of the parade. Just because it's 6 doesn't mean you're going to get there at 6 and it's going to start and you're going to be right there either way. All folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can know when I have more material coming out in the future. Help us to continue to grow as a travel community. And as always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace! And Mardi Gras. Lots and lots of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I ask that you please hit the like, the share, and the subscribe button. Please leave any comments below. I love to interact. Help us to continue to grow as a travel community.